Welcome to CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
I thought I was going to catch you drinking your beer. You had it up to the lips. I was like, oh, I'm going to get him.
I did drink. Yeah. I'm a fast drinker.
What are you drinking? It has like a what is it? Fad.
Freaking awesome delicious from Omni, and it is a New England double IPA. Pretty sure I have it every early winter, late fall, and it is an amazing beer. I highly suggest it. I love it.
I went right to coffee. I don't know why this time of year always makes me want to do coffee drinks, but that's what I went for. I have
of course,
a coffee cake blonde ale. This is probably the fastest we've ever gotten to what we're drinking. We're under a minute when it started, pretty much.
We're thirsty.
Ooh, that's weird because I guess it's a
coffee,
blonde
coffee's
ale.
Not coffee. Coffee cake is not coffee.
But most coffee drinks are. And I just had a Beaver Island one.
So is it actually coffee or is it coffee cake?
It's
like, is it a sweet pastry?
Because it's a blonde ale, though. I was expecting it to be dark, which it's a blonde ale. I
actually, yeah.
Blonde but coffee beer normally is kind of like a darker beer.
So is it coffee?
Yeah. It's weird because it right away tastes like coffee, and then that goes away and it turns into just like a normal beer. And then you have like a little bit of aftertaste. Interesting. You remember back in the day when you used to get me drinks, and every time my response was, that's good.
That's good. Yes, I do remember.
This is episode 197. We are 3 away from 200.
Which is just a number.
It's just a number. It's 200. It's a big number. It's not our, 4-year anniversary, but it's close to it. Very close to it.
That happens in like February, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
What in the hell are we doing today, Lowery? We are not talking about necessarily COVID, maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. It turns out, COVID in the name and talking about that we got hit with COVID, it really spiked the number the first day. And then it kind of dropped off because then what it is people don't give a shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's good to know.
You fuckers don't care. You don't care that.
No, I think they clicked on it and it was just the same people that always watch and they're more willing to listen to it right away.
The ones that, they want to know what's going on. The rest of them are like, fuck them. Talking about COVID.
Well, maybe we just lost viewers. That's fine.
Yeah. So because I remember the beginning, I was like, dude, the numbers are higher for the COVID stuff, and then that
you never said anything again.
I was like, nope, right. That kind of leveled off there. So, so what are we doing today?
We are going to talk about the new Secret Lair that was spoiled at the end of last week. Going to break that shit down because Adam did a lot of work on this, and he's starting to do shorts on it. It's really fucking cool, real fucking cool.
And that's actually Discord. Actually, Jake was the one who was like, dude, you should do a short on this and break it down. I was like, holy shit, that's a great idea. So then I couldn't stop thinking about it all weekend. And so this is going to be a kind of a new thing for YouTube. And then also we have still Stump the Smith Savant do we have it last week? No, we didn't have Stump the Smith Savant. So it comes back this week.
We will.
And also Staple Versus this week. What two are we talking about this week, though? Let's get a little...
Arachnogenesis, which I am championing, and you are doing Inkshield.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting because we're dealing with 3... Come on. We're dealing with 3 different colors and different casting costs. So they're on different planes. So there's going to be some really good arguments on this one. So besides the COVID stuff, I might as well just get a really quick update on that. Wife tested positive, like you guys know from last week. Fucking whirlwind after that. Canceled the birthday party, all of that stuff. Kids went and got tested, and myself. First test came back. Mine said inconclusive. What the shit is that? But mine came back inconclusive. Mm-hmm. Boys were negative. Great. So then 2 days later, mine took like a day and a half to get it. The boys got in a day. The results. 2 days later, we all went, including my wife, and we did a different test, same testing center. The first one was a spit test. The second one, we did the nose one to find out in 15 minutes, and all of us were negative.
Okay.
And seriously, during this time, I was feeling kind of crappy. Like I was having like chest, and it might have been more anxiety of being like, oh shit, COVID, whatever. So then we got some take-home test stuff, which they were sold out everywhere. But same thing, nose thing.
Sweet.
Cindy and I did those separately because the boys had already tested twice, both negative. So we're like, they're
good.
Yep. Both of us tested negative again. So,
okay.
One interesting thing, this will be the last little bit of COVID talk for hopefully. Cindy called her work, what is it? The health services, whatever, to figure out if she could go back to work. And they're like, well, your 10-day quarantine is up on Wednesday. So why don't you just stay out until then? Because otherwise they have to retest you because they don't accept take-home tests.
Okay.
It just sounds like we're doing like homework for school. They don't accept that. That you could be cheating. So what they did say is that she might have very well had COVID, but they have been seen lately with vaccinated people. If you remember, people were testing positive for COVID for like weeks, potentially a week to 2 weeks after they were already done with COVID. Like, don't have it anymore. They still had it, not being able to give it to other people. Okay. They said that now they're starting to see that different with people that have been vaccinated. It kicks it out of their system so quick that sometimes it's gone within days after they're actually done with COVID. It's actually out of their system with COVID. Okay. So that was just an interesting thought because that was the first time I ever heard that. And I was like, oh shit, maybe she actually did have it. I mean, we all felt crappy like that. I felt crappy this week. The boys have been hacking for 2 weeks. So they had something. So I don't know. I'm glad we canceled the party. Because I just want to risk you guys, anybody else, all our whole family there, grandparents, they're 90 something years old being there. So it was good that we did that. We're going to reschedule in December, but yeah. So, another thing that happened because of all that, I was like, fuck this. I am 38 years old. I have never gotten a outdoor Christmas blow up thing for our yard. And I'm like, we're doing it this year. We're going to get some of those and we're going to start putting them up on the lawn, especially since we're doing this shit. We're just like, we're going to decorate, get Christmas early. Went to Menards.
That's your background.
Oh,
your beautiful background there. Do we need to do like a seizure?
No, you'll see in a second.
Warning.
It might be a little loud for a second. I might try to mute it a little bit on the, not for you, not your ears. You're going to hear something in the background. So I went to Menards. They had like the big blow up things there.
Yeah.
But I wanted a Christmas. Too. I wanted a Christmas dragon because they've had those there before. So I was
where do you hide them in your closet or? Oh, no. The dragon. Oh, you're talking about that. Right?
Yeah. What are you talking about? You got jokes, buddy. So I had Cindy order the blow up doll. The Christmas dragon off of Amazon.
Same thing.
And then I bought the snow ones off of. Oh,
it is
in there. Look at this.
Jesus.
There's my Christmas dragon right behind me. He's falling onto me right now. Get
off see, he's aggressive. Very aggressive.
So, you can't even. Let's see if I move the camera a little bit. There's the Christmas dragon right there.
It's creepy over you now.
Okay, so I'm unplugging it because it's loud. So she ordered that. I got these snowmen. Mm-hmm. The one it's two little penguins putting a snowman together, and we put it out. So we put it up. It's freaking awesome. It's the first time I ever had that. We were just looking at it, and the boys are super excited, super excited. So I left it on all night. I'm like, I'm not even going to turn it off. We're just going to leave it on all night. I didn't know we were having a huge front come through overnight into the next day. 40-mile-an-hour winds, all that stuff.
Fast.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Cindy was the first one to get up, and she walked over to check it out. There was no snowman blow-up thing anymore. It had ripped the tassel things that held it down to the ground. I wrapped it onto about probably 15-pound rocks. And then she tied it to the spigot on the side of the house.
Oh, no.
And all of those ties were ripped off. They were gone. And I'm just like, oh, shit. It was so windy that day. So I'm like, I got on my boots and got in the truck and drove around the neighborhood. And I was like, I could see the wind direction. Like, it should hit this tree line. There's no way it can get out of this neighborhood without getting trees. So I start driving back and I look over to the right and there's this fucking 30 feet up in the air in this tree in my neighbor's yard. So long story longer, tried to get it out yesterday. It was still too windy for me to be on a 10-foot ladder and a pole. Cindy has like a duster. Jeez. And it was catching in the wind. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to do this. So we went out today and we got it down, and there's like a big tear in it and all that. So I'm going to try to, that's kind of the bad thing. I'm going to go to Menards and be like, yeah, we tried to blow this up and just had a big hole in it. It's not. Menards will take anything. Don't tell Menards. But I've had people tell me that they've my dad, when we were building this house, he got a painter, like a spray painter thing.
Yeah.
And he used it to put tar in it to spray the sides of the house or the concrete before you put the insulation on.
Thing that you can do?
I guess, but not when it's 32 degrees. So it did not go through.
Okay.
He cleaned it up and brought it back to Menards, and they took it.
No way. They took it. I mean, they don't look at it. Like, I'll be honest, they don't.
I know.
I've never returned shit like that. That's crazy.
I was actually going to go today and bring Drake with me to return it. And then I text Cindy because she was going to get, so we got our boosters today. That was the other thing. Woo, boosters. She was getting her booster shot, and I texted her, I was like, I'm not going to bring Drake to Menards because he's going to bust me out, because I'm going to go up to them and be like, yeah, this was already have a hole. And he's like, no, it didn't, Dad. It went up into a tree. And I'm like, this won't go good. She's like, oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's probably a good idea. Plus I don't want him to see me fibbing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. You don't want that shit.
Yeah. So
they'll hold that against you.
Yep, exactly. Dad, you lied. You said that this and this and that. Shut up.
You got to be careful what you do around them.
So you're working on your magic room, dude. Your new studio. It's not ready yet. I can see you're still in the
room. Yeah, but I have a flat workspace, but I need to drill a hole. I think I'm going to epoxy the top of it.
Oh, that'll be sweet. Are you going to do the magic cards background? Because you have your foil sheet.
Oh, on the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure out. That's the other thing. Like, I am going to be in a closet, so I need to arrange things so it doesn't just have my normal shit in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that part yet. So
nice. It's coming together though.
Hopefully next week.
Very nice. Very nice. Anything else happened with you this week? You're still just getting all unpacked at your house and all that.
We're
everything
pretty much unpacked, but we got some new laminate flooring, kitchen, dining room area. Took 2 days to put in, Wednesday, Thursday. Home Depot's pretty good for that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Not sponsored.
If you want to sponsor us, Home Depot.
And so my wife painted the dining room and the living room, and then I took the kids down to visit my brother and his family and stuff like that on Saturday.
Down in Rochester?
Yeah. And then Sunday I was just putting little stuff together to make sure the flooring was working, the walls were all together again, and then worked on my podcast room a little bit. So, nice. But I don't get a lot. Podcast is last on the list according to my wife. So it's number one on my list. So it's okay, can I go and do this now?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I see. Oh, we still got to do this. This. I'm shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
did you do everything in the house? Okay. Now you can work in the podcast room for 3 minutes. 3
minutes. I can't even set up the saw.
All right. I think that's it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We missed some things last week, so we got a lot of stuff to get to. We got to get back to trying to stump Lowery. We actually have Guy is the stumper this week, so get ready for that. All right, let's get to tags, buddy. All right. You can support our podcast by becoming a patron by donating $1 or more. $1 gets you right into the Discord. I gotta not look at you when you're doing that. You're distracting me, distracting the fuck out of me.
I'm just doing numbers, miming. 1 finger, 5 finger.
Ooh, $5 or more gets you the proxy. Or you get proxies each month. Either you can be on the common level, the uncommon level, rare, and mythic. And then foils are also potentially included. They are included. We're just perfecting that is what we are doing with that. And I think, like I mentioned last week, we're over 250 proxies that you can choose from. What I do, I figured out this week, I had so many people because I was like, not doing proxy time this week because I did this short, this. I had to recut this and do this and that and this. And I was like, so taking it off, but I'm taking suggestions. And then people are like, have you made this one? I was like, yep, I've made that one. Have you made this one? Yep, I've made that one. I was like, well, now that it's not based off of the months anymore. Now I think I should change it to alphabetical order so people can like scan through it and find proxies. You get what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So that'll be something to do a year from now. Not now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right.
Look through the list of cards and see if there's something that you want. And if it's not there, then make people can
request.
Many
people, I got a lot that people were like, hey, how about this one? I'm like, I did that one. And some of them I had to be like, I think I made that one. And then some of them I even put wrong ones. I was like, oh yeah, that's, what did, Renshai, I think he put, expedition map. And then I was thinking treasure map. And so I was like, oh yeah, I made that one. I posted it. Like, that isn't treasure. That isn't fucking expedition map. Like, oh yeah, I'm stupid. Anyways, if you are $100 or more lifetime member, I gotta cut it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get shout outs at the beginning of podcast with in the video on YouTube. So that is kind of a benchmark for everybody. That is $100 or more. That is the Garuk Dong level. The free way to support the cast is to jump on YouTube. And actually, that's where you're going to see a lot of our stuff. That's where you just jump on there, you subscribe, and then you'll get notifications when our new videos come out. Can you
cut this back to...
Oh, good for you.
Right after the Garuk Dong? Yeah, I'm not pressing enough buttons lately. I don't remember where anything is.
So you just have to subscribe there. You'll be notified by all our videos. One of the videos that we do on 2 times a week, Lowery does, is Curated MTG, and today's was...
Worship, which is a white enchantment that if you have a creature and you are dealt damage that would kill you, it brings your life total to 1. And so
that's pretty fantastic.
It's a really cool enchantment that if you have a commander that's hard to remove, it fits perfectly in there. So like indestructible, hexproof, and it has to be white, but there are plenty of stuff like that. It makes it really hard to kill you in a game.
Partner that with Platinum Angel, and then you just have 2 things that
you just can't lose.
They get rid of your enchantment, then they have to get rid of your Platinum Angel.
If you're in a white deck and you're playing Platinum Angel, you should consider Worship as well.
Yeah, for sure. I don't have Worship. I don't have it in a deck. I'm trying to think if I have it. I might have gotten it recently. I don't think
it's gone down in price since it was in like the Gideon commander, or not commander, but Gideon spellbook. There we go. And it went from $10 down to $1. And so it's much cheaper now than when I got mine.
And you got to remember, it depends on your play group too, but like we've talked about it, our play group is better at it with removing enchantments, but that isn't like a huge thing.
Yeah.
So then the other option is I got to get rid of all their creatures. Get rid of all their creatures in a board wipe. Well, you still got to have a way to kill them.
Still got to kill them.
Yeah. Yep. So that's a sweet card. Yeah, I really dig that card. Okay, so that is Curated MTG that happens twice a week, typically on Mondays and on Fridays. Check that out. The biggest thing with the curateds and shorts in general is watch them through, like them, and if you want, shoot some comments over because we will respond, especially on YouTube. When you get to Twitter, that's a different story. Some other stuff, thing that just, the one that we always do is Proxy Time. I shouldn't say always. Typically Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll do typically 1 to 2 proxies. Lately it's been 2 to 3. And you can jump on there and chat while I'm designing proxies and all that stuff. So that's every Sunday, 7:30. Another thing like Lowery had mentioned earlier that just debuted yesterday is the Secret Lair breakpoint stuff. And we're going to talk about that today. So it's basically the video is just describing how many of a certain secret layer of that secret layer you need to buy in order to get one free. And then thus for that point forward, make money off of it. So kind of discussed it on the Discord, and we're going to kind of change things up how we break down secret layers it stems from how we started speccing in the first place, because my goal from the beginning, and I'll reiterate this when we get to Secret Lairs, was always to get the card I want for free. And if I sell enough to be able to get that card for free, then it's my collection's getting bigger, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Then it changed into making money and all that. So anyways, that's another video. You can check out the podcast. You can see what we're talking about here. Anything we discuss, any cards we talk about, typically will pop up there. And then you get into Twitter, and that's where you can direct message us. You can see Not Sharing with Adam. You can see any of this stuff that we post on YouTube also makes it there, so you can see that. And voting is also there, both places. And then you can direct message us by shooting us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. And that is also the place, I should have this all set up, where you can send me these. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
I did some stair push-ups yesterday, and I could feel it in my shoulder. It's like, God, you're so dumb right now, Lowery.
You did stair push-ups?
Yeah, I'm just trying to do stuff, move my body a little bit, because we got one of those exercise bikes coming, and I want to be able to sit on that without my butt going around the seat. So
eating the seat.
Yeah, I don't like those skinny seats. Give me hemorrhoids. So man. I need a fat seat. But
I hate biking. I like biking, but long distance biking, it hurts my
butt,
my gooch
your
really
anus,
bad. Yeah,
your sphincter. Yeah.
Not very fun. Okay. All right. Speaking of sphincters, this is Stump the Smith the Sphincter. No, wow. Stump the Smith Savant. And how this game works is I'm going to read the flavor text of a card. Lowery is going to ask yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Lowery will get up to 3 clues, and he gets up to 5 wrong answers. What was the other part of this? Oh, and if he is able to name what the card does, what the casting cost is, everything about the card, but the card name itself, he will get the initials with that as well. Currently, our prize is a full art Chatterfang along with the little signature card.
Ooh.
Like the proxy card, but it's like a signature on it.
Yum.
So that is up for grabs.
Is this the first week that we're doing it, or did I get... Was the last one that we did?
I think this is the second week. I have to check on that. I think this is the second week.
I've been real hit and miss on this lately.
This week's stumper is Guy.
Bring it on.
And it goes a little something like this. By isolating liquid aether at room temperature, Foundry Hand... Oh, man. Fitya Ryath has given us a glimpse of raw... you got it. Why don't you have the button ready? Etheric matter. God damn. Etheric matter.
You can't even read.
I got to hear it. I don't know what you're saying, even though I don't know what you're saying without the button either. Okay.
Etheric matter, the very stuff of the cosmos. Okay, here we go again. By isolating liquid aether at room temperature, or ether. No, but it's AE. That's aether. Aether. Foundry Hand. Okay, this is a name. Fitya. 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 Right? All right. Fitya.
Okay. All right.
Rayeth. Reyath. Rayeth has given us a glimpse of raw aetheric matter, the very stuff of the cosmos. I always do it each week. I'm like, I should pre-read these. And actually, I think I did pre-read this one. And I was like, I'll fumble over this one. He can hit that button. And I fumbled so many times in this. Because this one was supposed to go last week, and because we cut that out. So
if you're freezing liquid aether at room temperature, this person, which I don't recognize, so that doesn't help, is doing what?
By isolating liquid aether Liquid Aether at room temperature. Foundry hand Fitya Wraith has given us a glimpse of raw etheric, so etheric matter, the very stuff of the cosmos.
All right. So, man, I can't really place where they would be experimenting with Aether, because that kind of happens all over the place. And there's plenty of cards that reference Aether through. It's kind of like a capital A, capital cool looking E, THER. That's generally what those cards are. I mean, the other thing is it could be like Aether something Aether. That could be something in it. This sounds like experimentation, and so it feels like a blue card. Potentially white, because that name that you can't say and I don't know sounds kind of white. Foundry hand.
You racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Kind of white. That's a white name.
Yeah.
Like
Fit
Doug.
ya.
And
Fit ya. I'm going to fit
Adam.
ya hand right up my ass.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Don't worry.
And so it could be foundries, could be white or red, like artifact based, but it's red, white, blue, America. I doubt it's black. I doubt it's green. Could be an artifact, I guess, but I don't think so. Freezing also references potentially blue because they're the ice. Icing
baby
keeps things tapped. There's a lot of blue cards that reference ice and freezing. Kind of want to say that it might be like one of those types of enchantments that is blue that freezes stuff, but that's not really played a whole ton because this has to be in over 5,000 decks. So, ooh. Could it be? I think it's a blue enchantment from Planar Chaos. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Let's
You got clues.
In the card name, does it have the word Aether in it?
Like the actual card?
Yeah, in the card name.
Wrong.
Okay. Because it feels like some type of stasis effect. And it might be can't think of what that name is. But there's like the blue shifted Kismet. I almost want to say that's what it is, but maybe not. Okay, I'll take a clue.
All right. Just so you know, Guy has given clues. I will have one clue. Normally I've been doing but this was early on, and Guy had given clues out. So, first clue of Guy's is it's legal in every format other than standard.
That's not helpful.
The second clue will help you a lot, I think. Maybe.
So, okay, let's go with another guess. Is this card blue?
Wrong.
Ruh-roh.
So 2 down.
2 down, and you don't even have all your
off.
clues yet.
I still want to say that it's an enchantment, but let's go with I'll take the second clue.
Originally printed in 5th Dawn, it also has 2 core set printings.
Two core set printings. It is from originally in 5th Dawn. 5th Dawn is a heavy artifact deck or set.
By isolating liquid aether at room temperature, Foundry hand Fitya Wraith has given us a glimpse of raw etheric. Is that what we say? No, etheric matter.
Etheric,
the very stuff of the cosmos.
So it is It's either artifact, red, or white. So let's at least narrow. Is this either an artifact, red, or white?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. There wasn't a lot of multicolored, if any, in that set. So that should be mono. Artifacts didn't have color at that point, so it does have to be something different. Boundary.
You got one more clue.
Is more than likely red. I'll take the third clue.
All right, this is my clue. This card features 3 different arts. This particular.
Shit, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't?
Okay, I just heard you right there.
Okay.
Were you?
Can you hear me
That's
now?
wild. Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
let me try it again. This card features 3 different arts. This particular special art features a cauldron pouring blue liquid. I can tell by your size, you probably know where this is going. Let me read that again. This card features 3 different arts. This particular special art features a cauldron pouring blue liquid.
It's a blue liquid pouring from a cauldron. I mean, it more than likely is an artifact at this point. I mean, all the signs kind of point there. Is this okay? Let's go with. Is this a artifact?
Hello, boobies.
It's from Fifth Dawn. Not a real guess. Is this Crucible of Worlds for the 3rd time?
Hello, boobies.
Is it really?
Wait, did you say it was not a real guess?
Not a real. That's the 3rd time we've had Crucible of Worlds.
That's why Guy did it. He's fucking with you. This is the the inventions stuff from Kaladesh. That's the art. Am I still blowing out on your end?
Yeah, you're still blowing out on me.
Yeah. I wish I could show. You should pull it up. So it's just the cauldrons pouring the blue liquid.
Have people put down every art and every different type of?
Let's see here. You have had the. I don't remember what special one that is. What is that from? Wasn't it Bill from Woodbury got you on Crucible of Worlds? Yeah. So he got you on the one that was like the special one. And that was just greatness is forged in fire and fervor. And then you got the regular. And yeah, so you've gotten all 3 now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care to win the card or win the prize. I just want to fuck with Lowery. That's surprising. So explain to me what made you go to Crucible of Worlds. Was it because of Fifth Dawn or what?
Yeah, probably Fifth Dawn. And once we narrowed it down to being an artifact, it's kind of like, well, okay, this could be that joke. This could happen. Because I know I got one, I didn't get one.
Got the other one. Good job.
Let's see.
But I messed up in saying, because you said this isn't really a guess, but is it Crucible of Worlds? And so I should have been like, is that your guess? But it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine though.
I was really surprised. I got it.
any hesitation would have been like, oh shit, it is.
Yeah. That's pretty
nice job. Nice job. Good one.
All right. Let's move on to Secret Lairs. We never had an opener for that, did we?
Right? You might be right. I don't know if we do. We should probably get one.
What would you do for that?
Oh.
Breaking point. I gotta figure out that too. Cindy wanted me to do something yelling for breaking. I was like, I already yelled enough stuff. Yeah, that's exactly. I was like, I already yelled enough of our fucking.
I mean, we've done what is what else is cool from back in the day? I mean, we're already bringing back X-Men 97 on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's gonna be
and so that
right
was
there.
because we've been playing that button. And then Mortal Kombat, they've been doing that forever, and so we play that button. And then
should I do something with Fresh Prince? Now this is I got to work that.
I don't know how you do
writing
that.
it down. Fresh Prince, because you like that show too, right? That's
Of course.
Okay. I don't want to do shows that I like that you didn't watch or anything. It has to be both of us.
Yeah,
we'll see if we can work that in.
Welcome to the Adam Show.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm going to do all my bits, and Lowery's just going to sit and enjoy. Actually, half the time it's to try to make you laugh, so that's why I don't preview it to you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want you to hear it live, and then it turns into that's our bit for the segments.
Maybe you could do like Fern Gully or something.
Isn't that your second Fern Gully reference?
Somebody
else
on Discord did it.
I thought it was you that did. My bad. All right, so we have a lot. Okay, so let's talk about this really quick. So we're gonna.
This is just the tips though, because we're talking about cards that you should or should not buy.
Well, let's do that. Oh, you know what? I do have an opener. You ready?
Do we? That's right. Okay. You haven't used this one in a long time either.
I uploaded the button today because I was going to go on the ones I was like, you got to buy. I was just going to go and then just cut it off there.
Makes sense.
Bye.
All right.
But also it is just the tips. There is that one
Perhaps
too.
play a little game called Just the Tips. Just for a second, just to see how it feels. Or, ouch, ouch, you're on my hair.
Okay, so...
True story, bro.
Buttons. So why don't we... So here's how we're going to break this down a little bit different. We're not going to go over every single card and what the price is and all that fun stuff. Basically, what we're going to do... You guys got to watch the video because Larry is a very good mimer of everything here. What we're going to do is kind of starting this thing called the breaking point or break point is what we've been calling it.
Is that a movie?
Break
Break?
break. Yes.
Point
Flip
break.
the
All
words.
right.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
So what it is basically for these secret layers. For example, this is $40. When you break down each of the cards that are in it and you get the total value and then you subtract the fees of eBay and the shipping fees and the cost of the secret layer, whatever you're left with is your net profit. Now, to figure out how many you would need to buy until you get one of those for free and then start making money off of it. Because personally, I like to keep one for my own collection and then start making money off of it. That's your break point. So if you made, in this example, a $40 secret layer, if you made net profit of $10 off of that secret layer, if you sold every single card, it would take you 4 to break. No, you had it right. You had it right. It'd take you 4 to get to that 40. So in order to get you 1 for free, you would need to have 5. So your break point would actually be 5. And then from that point forward, you'd be making money off of it and walking away with whatever you put into it. So some side things that I want to say ahead of time, and I think I've mentioned this before, the trends of things typically have been 10 to 16 months of when they get these prices, because when these drops actually get to people, they bottom out like everything else does. But the difference with this is they will go up because they're not being printed ever again. They're not, this style is not being printed, so the prices just go up. The other thing is the non-foil pricing, I don't think is as accurate when I do the calculations here, because the non-foils seem higher. They seem closer, especially in the beginning and up until that getting a year, 16 months out. Then they start to break away from each other. Foils then start to go where they go, and non-foils just stay kind of where they're at. I mean, they go up a little bit, but they don't go up as fast as the foils.
Okay.
So in my estimates, and this is actually kind of behind the curtains stuff I forgot to ask you ahead of time is, some of this stuff, like when we get into the League of Legends secret layer, I have, I go off of what the cheapest foil version of that card is, like Duress, and non-foil. well, it's $2 and $1. No Secret Lair sells that cheap. The cheapest Secret Lair, like the cheapest cards I've ever sold for Secret Lair is maybe 5 to 7. So
Yeah.
it might make sense to bump those up a little bit. And that's why I'm kind of saying that the non-foils are a little higher than what I'm giving them credit for in these. But this is how I break down the numbers. That's how I'm doing it. I'm comparing it apples to apples, kind of apples to, I don't know what other oranges, I guess.
Fruits.
It's fruits to fruits.
Fruit to fruit.
Because it's you're comparing it to something else that's there. And sometimes what I try to do is like, if there's a special version of that card that's non-foil, I'll take that because it's a more accurate price. But we're not going to break down each card in this so that you don't even have to worry about that. What we're going to do differently is tell you what the net profit is off of these, like what the Secret Lair is worth, and then what the break point is, what number that is. 2 is amazing. What that means is you buy 2 of them, the one pays for the other one. It's over the $40 or $30, depending on which one you buy.
Okay.
3 is really good. 4 is still good. You're starting to get up there, but you get to 4, 5, 6. That means you're starting to have to put more money in, and sometimes it's not worth it. And then we have a few of these that don't make sense to buy. You're not going to break even. It's more of just have for your collection.
Unless you just want it.
Right. But then the other thing with all of this, the ones that are least popular tend to go up too because no one buys them. And so there's very limited quantities out there. And so the shittiest ones, like the box of rocks, remember how we were like, the box of rocks does not make sense? They're the most expensive out of that Secret Lair drop.
So here's one thing that I was actually going to point out there too, is with the box of rocks, they had Arcane Signet in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have Arcane Signet with the signets. They have at least started reprinting some cards within the Secret Lairs.
Well,
just to show like,
well,
and tonight they're doing the snow-covered lands.
No, there's 2 Path to Exiles in both this drop. In this super drop, there's this Path to Exile and there's a Path to Exile. There's 2 of them.
Is there 2? There's one in the Arcane, and
there's
then
one in the Arcane, and then where's my other Path to Exile?
Because there's Swords of Plowshare.
No, where was my other path? I wrote it down.
Oh, that it's in the
it's the
completely, utterly, totally lost foil edition. I think they're really playing up this meme harder than it really is.
Yeah,
because that is a fucking mess.
We'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Where's
so,
Waldo in Magic?
Yeah.
That's what they should do. They shouldn't make cards out of it. They should make a children's book out of it.
So let's get to the Secret Lair drop that is currently going on, that when you hear this podcast, depending on if you hear it on...
Oh, that is happening right now, huh?
Yeah, if you are hearing it on Wednesday, if you're hearing it on Thursday, if you're hearing it on Friday, you can buy this one right now, but I believe it ends around on Friday or Saturday. So if you're listening to this weekend, sorry, you've already missed this one. So this one is an interesting one. It's a Secret Lair MSCHF. It's like a
Mischief, which is its own like app where you buy stuff from, which has been random. I don't know it either. No,
I don't get it. It's cool though.
I don't get it. It's hip and cool for the Gen Z crowd.
The cool thing is you're going to go over the cards here in a second, but some of them have gold foiled etching. Some of them are traditional foil with silver laminate, gold foil etch, gold foil. So they're a different kind of foiling than what we're used to, and they're very different cards. None of them are the same style. They're all different. So what cards do we have in this drop? It's $40, only foil for this, by the way.
We have Cut to Ribbons. We have Grim Tutor. We have Swords to Plowshare. We have Teferi's Puzzle Box. We have Blood Moon. And we have
it's a plains
Gulf. It's a Gulf area for planes.
It's
then
plains,
you can fucking peel it away.
Yeah.
And you get a Battlefield Forge, which I haven't seen the full picture of. But all this art, like you're saying, looks really, really cool. And most Secret Lairs have been pretty unique, but they're unique within themselves as well.
None of them match each other. They're all different. I think they're really cool. I mean, I bought some.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but I think I'm going to, just because like it feels... this is a change in philosophy for me over the last year and a half, 2 years since this has been happening, is I used to be really picky with it. And I think the last two where I'm just going like, fuck it, I'm going to buy the whole bundle.
Yeah. Well, that's insane. Because remember in the beginning, we were like, I picked out Kaleidoscope Killers was the only one I win on.
Yeah.
You know, I left the other ones alone. That same drop happening now, I've been like, buy them all and then some more on the Kaleidoscope Killers. You know, that's
unless there's something that I really don't like.
Right. I didn't buy the Ooze one, which was a cool one for a lot of people.
Nope.
But yeah, lately it's been get them like they're worth it, you know?
Well, and because like I'm going through and I'm just going like, I just don't want that one. Mm-hmm. Then I'm like, but it doesn't matter because like I'm going to pay $20 more for the whole bundle. Like might as well just get it because the value's there.
Yeah. So in this, obviously not breaking it all down, but Grim Tutor and Blood Moon are the two big guys in it. I'm happy for the Grim Tutor because I don't have one. And then, so basically the value in this, we get down to about $20 net value. So this one is actually a YouTube video. You want to check this one out? That's also linked here. So we're not going to really
check down below in the notes.
The notes. It popped up on screen just now. If you're watching on YouTube, check that out. But this one has a breakpoint of 3. So you're making $20 when you sell one of these. After you sell 2 of them, you make your $40 back. That does not include the taxes that go along with all this because it's different for everybody everywhere. So really, it probably is more around 4, but we don't know. That peel away, dude, I don't know what that's going to do.
That is really interesting. I've seen a lot of people go like, I fucking love golf. I want those planes. And then you know that there's just going to be people that fucking peel it away. Over time, I guarantee you it's just going to naturally peel away.
Yeah. I may have one that's not peeled and one that's peeled. Just although that doesn't make sense. I should keep it.
But I think
unpeeled.
over time, just think about like just
not
your
if you sleeve it.
backs.
I was gonna say if you sleeve it though.
But think about like the sleeves that they'll slowly pull away and they're meant to come together.
Yeah.
This is meant to be able to pull apart. That will pull apart over time. I don't know, how long, and I don't know how hard it is to peel, but I guarantee you that won't hold up over time if people play with them. If you're playing with them, if you're not, it'll be fine if you put it in a case or whatever. But over time, if you're playing with them, they will start to peel, I would bet.
So this one is more limited in what they've been doing. It's a 7-day drop. It's a unique drop. I think this one has a lot of value on it. So like I said,
I think that Swords of Plowshare looks amazing.
Yeah, I do like that.
Highly.
I did hear somewhere else that because the name has the 2 in it, it actually isn't like tournament legal because it's not actually the right card. Because it's Swords 2 Plowshares instead of TO. It's the number 2. I don't know. I don't know the rulings. I don't care because I don't play any of that stuff. Yeah. It's Commander. I'm playing with it. Anyways, all right. Let's get on to the next stuff because we got a lot. So now what we're going to do is just kind of go through what the cards are in it really quick and just give you the break point. That value, I can give you a little bit of that really quick, but it's just the break point is the number you got to focus on. So the lower that break point number is, the better. And if there's no break point, that sucks ass. Don't get it. All right, so let's get on to the other special one that's on here.
Are we doing so there's a Secret Lair Arcane Foil, which is based off the show, which is based off the League of Legends game.
League of Legends, yep.
Laugh out loud, lots of love, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I was
LOL.
wondering why everybody was LOLing for a bit. And
LOL.
I'm not kidding because I was like, what's with the LOL? And I was like, God, this means something, doesn't it? Yep. There we
Didn't
go.
you play League of Legends?
No, I didn't play it.
That was something. What was the stupid game that you played?
Diablo?
No. Okay. So this one is good, right? Okay, so it has Path to Exile in it. Unstable Harmonics. I don't even know what. Oh no.
No,
okay.
just
that's
name what
Ristic
it is.
Study.
Yeah, Ristic
Study. So and then there's Counterflux, and then there is
if you're on the Secret Layers, scroll down
Grand
on
Dynamo.
the side. Look at
Grand
the
Dynamo.
side.
There we go.
Not on the pictures. It gives you what the names of them are, the contents. So if you click on the individual.
Okay, there. Okay.
Yeah, then it just tells you right there.
I see it now. Yeah. So it's Path to Exile, Ristic fucking Study, Counterflux, and Thran Dynamo. And that's used to be a staple.
Nope, there's more than that.
Is there more?
Yeah, they haven't revealed the pictures of the other ones. There's Corrosion Grip, Counterflux, Seize the Day is the other one. So those are the
day.
They don't have those pictured yet.
Hold
So
on. No. I see Counterflux.
Okay, Counterflux is so it's Thran Dynamo, Counterflux, Corrosion Grip, Seize the Day, Duress, Rhystic Study, and Path to Exile. So on that picture, you notice how it has 3 of the Magic cards facing the backs of the Magic cards?
Yeah.
So those are 3 that have not been revealed what their pictures are.
So it's Corrosion Grip, Duress, and
what did I say? Corrosion Grip, Seize the Day.
Oh yeah, Seize the Day. Okay.
So
that seems way sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
this obviously the big guy in this is Rhystic Study. Rhystic Study. The foils, I think this is a higher. I think the breakpoint on the foil part of so 40 for the foils, 30 for the non-foils. Yeah. Breakpoint for non-foils is 4. So you need a little bit more than what I was talking about in the last one.
You think so?
Just because the non-foils besides Rhystic is the only thing holding that up. On the foil side, it's between 2 and 3. It's really close to 2. It depends on where Rhystic goes. Rhystic can really hold this up quite a bit, but Corrosion Grip is up there too with price and everything. Yeah. So you're looking at a profit typically around $17. I think it's gonna be higher in the long run, especially with Rhystic Study, as long as it doesn't start to get printed everywhere, but it isn't printed anywhere, so it's not gonna. So that one's a really good buy. That's at a minimum 3, at a maximum 2 for foils. And again, I'm gonna be harping on the foils, but I will also let you know what the non-foils are. Let's hit up the lands here, and
they have one of every basic for the arcane.
They're cool pictures, but I think this is one of the lower ones. I don't really have a breakpoint with that one. I just don't know where those are going to go.
Yeah, I would skip.
Yep.
Unless you like the show /
then you'll
game.
like it.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Castle Dracula. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. So this is like, I'm sorry. You like my delaying tactics there?
Yeah. Oh, is that what you were doing?
I joined a mouth trumpet class, and I feel like it's really paying off.
Yeah.
So this is the skin. This also okay. So the arcane Rhystic Study had different name. This Dracula set is going to have different names with the
actual names
underneath, and so you have Exquisite Blood, Night's Whisper, and Phyrexian Tower. 3 cards total, and they're all really good.
Yeah. So non-foil, you're looking at again a breaking point of 4. Foil is it's at that 2-3 mark as well. It's just like the last one. Because your Phyrexian Tower and your Exquisite Blood, each of those are over 40. So it's pretty easy to get a breaking point of
Night's
2.
Whisper 5th edition foil is expensive, right?
Yes. So it gets a little tough when you get some of these, and I do have on the next one especially, there's some caveats to them because they'll either have no foil printings or one foil really fucking old printing, and so it's harder to judge. So then I'm just kind of estimating what I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
This one, so the last but the lands, these are all 3s. 2 to 3s, especially the last 2, just because there's some really high price cards in them. All right, get to the
lost but found.
So this is the art is pretty. I'll tell you this. Cindy enjoyed it, and the boys loved it because we tried to find Fiddleflip every single time when we were doing it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
So they enjoyed this one.
I haven't tried. Okay, but you have Path to Exile. There's Well of Lost Dreams, which Frantic Search, Intruder Alarm, and Shelldock Isle.
Okay. Non-foils, no breaking point. You're under the value is under what it costs to actually buy in at the $30. Foils, I still have a no breaking point, because here's the issue though. There is only one foil printing of Intruder Alarm, one foil printing of Shell Dock Isle.
No, there's 2 for Intruder Alarm.
Is there 2?
Yeah. So they it was in the list or mystery boosters. That one was foil.
Was that the only one foil though?
No, there should be a 7th edition foil as well.
7th. Okay. Well, I still had that one at 25. So that one was my most expensive. And then one foil printing of Well of Lost Dreams. So
okay,
that one was a little tougher to figure out, but even still, when I gave them the right balance of it, it still gave us a no breaking point. Like it was under $40. When you take out fees and the cost of the Secret Lair, you're under $40 for the value.
And the art isn't anything amazing, but it does seem like it's a fun card.
It's a unique.
So it's like, if I get these, I'm not going to be like mad about it.
Correct. Yeah.
But, and Path to Exile, Intruder Alarm, Frantic Search, Well of Lost Dreams. The only one I don't actually use would be Shell Dock Isle. And it's probably because I don't even own it.
And that one was actually surprisingly at $10. You know, like that one's.
Yeah, self-mill is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
So.
All right. The next guy.
I'm not there.
Crocodile Jackson's Monstrous Menage a Trois.
Gross. Okay, so I think Ted was saying that he really likes this guy's art. I know nothing about it, but okay, there's Ravenous Chupacabra, Managorger Hydra, Gorger Hydra, Pathbreaker Ibex, Teamer Sabertooth, and then there's also Winding Constrictor.
Okay, so non-foil side, again, no breaking point. You're under the $30. The foil side, however, you have a breaking point, but it's a breaking point of 5. So you have to buy 5 of these to break even and get one of these free.
So I'm not going deep on this.
Your biggest things here is there's no foil printings. This is the first foil printing of Pathbreaker Ibex. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then there is only one other foil printing of Teamer Sabertooth. So those are kind of like, could bring the price up a little bit higher. They could be higher than what I'm thinking. I still had them at $30 for Pathbreaker, and Teamer was $20. So I gave them enough, but still, you don't make enough off of this to really, unless you're going deep, to make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not worth going into.
Yeah. I guess my train of thought with this whole thing is, if you get to a break point of 4 or higher, really think about it. Unless you have something that that others don't know, or you really think it's going to go up there, then maybe do it. But when you get 5, 6, it just isn't worth it at that point. You're putting way too much money in for the 3 years it takes you to sell all those cards back. Yeah. It's just not worth it.
All right. Next one. Far Out, man. Which is sexist, but fine.
You didn't do it. Far Out, man. You gotta do it like you're...
I've never been a stoner. I don't know how to talk like that. I only know how to make fun of people that talk like that.
That's what you're doing.
Okay.
Far Out, dude.
There is Aether Gust, a counterspell which offends me if the text underneath, if there were a way to counter your inevitable whining, which is talking about me and Adam right there.
About counterspells.
Yep. So, okay, Aether Gust, counterspell, Fabricate, Fact or Fiction, and then you also have Mystical Tutor.
Okay. Mystical's our big guy in this.
Yes.
Non-foil again. We have no breaking point. But remember, I'm doing these last 3 have no breaking points, but I am not going off of. I'm not going off of that because Aether Gust $1, Fact or Fiction $1, Counterspell $5. Like you take the Mystical Archives, they have the full art non-foils. They're $5. So your biggest thing is Mystical Tutor, which is $20. So it gets you to 33 minus the shipping and fees, and then minus 30, then you're under the 30 mark. So foils though, on the other hand, is a breaking point of 3 because you have Mystical Tutor, which gets you over 30. Fabricate is actually 20. Aether Gust. Now here's a little caveat there. That's in standard, and that's why there's such a big discrepancy between non-foil and foil. That's at $18 for the foil of Aether Gust. But that's mainly because it's in standard. So that might not always stay there. Counterspell.
What is it printed in?
Well, it's 20. So it really shouldn't be in standard, but that's
it's not in standard.
That's the decks that are there is standard, and the reason why it's so high is because standard drove it up. It hasn't had a chance to drop back down, I think, because didn't that just rotate? That rotated in the fall. 2020 did, because we have 2021.
Maybe.
Well,
we don't have 2020.
No, we don't have 2020.
We don't. I just said we don't have 2020.
That's right, because Adventures of the Forgotten Realm took the place of the core set.
Yeah.
So we don't even have 2021. But I don't know. It's at $18.
Wild.
Yeah. Wild. So I just put the little note there just in case like this might come down a bit. Anyways, still has a break point of 3. You have quite a few cards in here that you can make some money off of it. It's not my favorite, but I like it. It's at least
it's highly playable though.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
All those cards are solid.
All right. And then we get into we got a couple things here. Sorry. Because now we got to go back to lands.
Snowland, JPEG.
You must have missed the other lands though. Let's talk about both of these at the same time. The Dracula lands.
Oh, I might have missed that. Yeah. Okay.
Both at the same time because they were going to be in the same.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at these JPEG ones and I don't know if I like them. Oh, no.
What?
I kind of like them now. When I'm looking at the card, it looks cool. When I'm looking at the actual art, I'm not a huge fan.
What? It's pixels.
I don't know. Yeah, well,
You should like that kind of bad.
Why should I? I don't have to do anything.
Do you notice it's a computer screen? Look at the top.
Top of what? Yeah, I'm looking at a computer screen. What do you want me to
No. Look at
on the card?
Yeah, the card. They made it a computer screen. And isn't it a Mac? No, it's a PC too.
I don't know. I like that.
What? You're crazy. Okay. Anyways, Dracula lands, which look fantastic. And then you have snow-covered lands, which look fantastic. Interesting thing about the snow-covered lands is you have foil, and then you have foil etched, and then you have regular, and then you have with the Dracula, the regular foil and non-foil. Okay, so breaking points here. The lands are a break point of 2. So I think, is this our first 2? This is our first official 2. The other ones were 2 3s. All the foil ones are 2s. And I can tell you.
Snow-covered or both?
Well, snow-covered and Draculas. Those are all 2s. I can tell you from what's going on with and we talked about this right before the cast.
Yeah.
The Godzilla lands, I'm almost out of, and I'm selling them for $20 at least a piece.
It's a year and a half wait.
A year and a half wait. They're going to sell for $20 or more. The Dracula lands look freaking awesome. I love it. The snow covereds, I think, in my opinion, are my favorite art of the snow covereds. These are
full
easy.
art.
Yeah.
Understand that they're full art. So is the Dracula one.
Yeah.
But the arcane lands are not.
Yes. Okay. Good job. That was that's what I wanted to get back to. The reason why the other ones didn't have a good we didn't break those down as much is because it isn't a full art. It is just a unique art to those players or that.
Yeah.
Whoever likes League of Legends, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know this and that." I have no idea. It looks cool, but it's not full art. They're just regular. These are full art. So break point of 6 on the non-foils, break point of 2 on the foils. So there's a big difference with those. The non-foils have been selling typically around $5 to $10 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the $10 mark, your break point's a little bit lower, probably around that 4 range. But if you take the $5, you're at break point 6, which is, you got to buy 6 of these to get one of them free to get your money back. Okay. Now let's get to the unique thing that they have not done, and this is the very first time that they're doing this, and it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I'm looking at it kind of for the first time. So why do they have two? Okay.
They're flips. One side has one
cards?
art. One side has one art. The other side has a different art.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Heads I Win, Tails You Lose. And they basically built a flip deck with Zender Split and Okun. And
My commander deck is right here.
it's like everything in there.
Yeah. Pretty much.
If you haven't noticed that Frenetic Efreet has gone up to like $40-$50 because it's spiking right now on reserve list. But this is okay. So this is $100. So like you said, this is a whole commander deck.
100 cards.
And there is a coin that comes with it too. That's doesn't allow Adam to cheat anymore.
What? What? My Tails Always app doesn't work? What the hell are you talking about?
So I mean, there's 100 cards. I haven't looked at it all, but the commanders are Zender Split and Okun, and those are flip-sided foils, which sounds pretty sweet. Then there's Propaganda with a flip-sided foil, Stitch in Time, flip foils, and Krark's Thumb, which has a flip foil.
A ridiculous, expensive card on its own. The crazy thing is, they made it a good commander deck. It has good stuff in it. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the top 10 cards besides these of the commander deck, which there's still about 10 more that were between $5 and $6. But between those 10, there's $107 of value, which includes like Shadow Spear, Lowery's favorite card.
Love that card.
Commander's Plate. You have Sakashima, the Imposter. You have Gamble, which has gone up back to its normal price of 18.
Yep.
Like, you have a lot of value. Just those are non-foils, by the way. The only things that are foil are the things that Lowery listed off. So that's $107 in value. Those 4 cards that Lowery mentioned are $62 in value. This still only has a break point of 4 with just those cards. If you take everything and we're selling off all that,
it's like $100 though.
Yeah,
so.
that's $100. You do get, like you said, a special coin. You get double-sided tokens, a deck box, a life wheel, a strategy insert, a reference. They're giving you like what you get in a commander set, but still, you make about $34 after fees and everything off of this.
Okay,
and so it takes you 4 to actually get one of your commander deck for free. The interesting thing about this is if you own all those other cards, your breaking point could be a lot lower because you're willing to sell off that $107, all the other cards besides the special cards in this, so your breaking point could be closer to 2 if you're, you don't care about that 107. So that actually changes things too. That changes for me. So let's get to what do you like this set? Do you like that idea of having a commander deck?
I think it's cool that they did a deck with it. Like, I'm not upset about it or anything.
But I could have seen them just going, give me those 5 cards for 40. But there's more value in this. There's actually some things. And
I'll probably buy this.
I don't have Embercleave, and I was wanting to get it. And so this will be my time to get Embercleave.
Good card.
Yep, I can finally make a proxy of it. So everything else I had in the whole deck. Oh, good for you. You hit the button. I don't have it ready. I have every.
Oh, good for you.
All right, so let's get to the bundles because this is also breaking point stuff here.
Okay.
What do we got for our bundles? And there's 4 bundles in this, by the way.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
You don't have to list everything off. We can just kind of just summarize it. So, look, should I just say it then really quick? Okay. So,
yeah, just do it quick.
Okay. So there's a non-foil. It's called the non-foil second Secretversary bundle. It's just all the stuff we just talked about, but the non-foils. That also includes the Arcane League of Legends stuff. So that all that non-foil, that's $200. $200 for that. Your breaking point on that is 6. So you got to buy 6.
So we're talking Arcane, the lands with it, the Jackson land, Flippable Blips, the Dracula cards and then land and then the
Everything we talked about.
The deck? Is the deck in there too?
No, the deck is not in there. Deck is not, because that has foil in it. The deck doesn't come in until the very end. So all
and
these
the blue, the counterspell one.
Yeah. So all the non-foils, boom, right here, $200. Breaking point is 6. Don't do it. Don't do it. Foil second Secretversary bundle, $300, $100 more. You get everything that I just said that was in non-foil in foil, including the snow-covered lands that are in foil and etched. So you get both of those. So you get a 1 extra in that.
Okay.
And that one had a breaking point of 3. So just in the foils right there, you're dropping half. You know, we go from 6 to 3. You only need 3 of those to get one of that whole thing for free.
Okay.
Not much changes with the rest of this. I'm not gonna lie, everything else is breaking point 3. So the bundle is everything except for the commander deck. Foil, non-foil, all that, foil etched, all that stuff for $479, $480.
That's a
Again,
lot.
Yeah, breaking point of 3. So think of that. You got to buy basically $500, almost $1,500 to get one of those for free.
Yeah.
And then the bundled bundle for $550 has everything, including the commander deck. And that one is also a break point of 3. The better break point, I'll tell you by number wise, is the bundle, the one that's just foils without the commander deck.
Mm-hmm.
But that commander deck has some value with it within the commander deck.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm just trying to go like, okay, what would I do? And I know that I always do this. And so I've upped my thing to overall, I'd probably go with the foil bundle and then add in the commander deck. But that puts me at 400. That's a lot more than I'm thinking. So I might have to be more picky. I might be.
The question for you, just another behind the curtain moment. How did the breaking point stuff, does that help a little bit better than breaking down all the numbers and saying all the numbers and numbers and numbers?
I think so, because what it does is it kind of goes like, okay, this isn't really worth it in general, unless I really like the art. So like, even though it's like special art, like I don't dig the flip of the
Fiddle flip.
You know, yeah, I don't dig that art. And so I can easily just kind of go like, well, get rid of it. Yeah. And then that's saving me 40. And then like looking at the Crocodile Jackson's art, like I dig the art, but like I don't love the cards. Right. So like, am I going to be using this? Probably not. So like if I'm trying to rationalize it, I'd probably cut that. The blue,
and that had a breaking point of 5, and Fiddle Flip had a breaking point of nothing. So
yeah, and so like if I don't even dig the art and the value isn't there, then it's like I can easily cut that. Far Out Man looks awesome art and very usable cards. I'll have to think about the Snowlands because I might just want more of those.
Wait till they drop, and then that's the other option. If you just like, I want islands. Those are the most expensive. I want plains, snow-covered plains. Wait until the drop hits, and then buy just the plains because they'll go down. But lands, man, basic lands. I know you don't like them, but those are like.
I've adjusted in the last 2 years at this point. Like I don't complain about it as much. Like I think I'm getting it because I'm just acclimating to it a little bit, but
they keep making them and people keep buying them.
Yep. And so I don't fault them. I don't know how much I like the Dracula lands. They seem really cool.
They look really cool.
The Dracula one
the
looks
Draculas
cool.
look cool.
The Arcane lands I could totally fucking forget. So there,
that's
like
one
if I'm
that
looking
I'm like,
at that, I'm just going like 40, 80, 120. I can just cut right there on the foils. And the Arcane one seems legit.
When you do the bundles, they do have you save like for the foils, you're saving $60. So if you're only cutting 2 things, then, well, I mean, 2 things gets you over it. But if you're only cutting 1 thing out of that, you're like, I can get rid of that. is it worth it? Because you're really actually making more money by buying the bundle instead. But you're saying cutting a couple things out of it. Like, the lands I wouldn't get. Like, if I were to choose me personally, the lands for me, the Dracula lands and the snow-covered lands, I really like the Dracula skin ones. But I think, honestly, the League of Legends with the heuristic study would be my best bet for if I had to pick one.
That's your gold star.
I think because that one deep, I had,
that's what you're getting.
Yeah, besides the lands, because the lands are just, it's easy. But that one, it was the closest to being a 2. I originally had it a 2, and then I forgot to minus the the actual pain for the secret layer, and I was like, oh, it's not a 2.
That's
it's
not
a 3.
How that works.
You have to buy at least 3 of these to get that. But I mean, with that heuristic study, it just doesn't get printed. I mean, you get it in the list. Is that where we got it? We got it in the list, right?
No, it was a mystery booster.
Mystery. Okay, yeah. It was like the list and the mystery get me mixed up which one's which.
It's real tough. Yep.
So mystery, it was a mystery. Like, that's not really in anything. And then it's promo player rewards thing. And then fucking forever ago, like, this card does not get printed. It's not going into Commander product anytime soon.
No.
Not when a card's that expensive.
No.
So, all right. We are over. If you were to pick one, this is our one spec to rule that much. I'm going to get it.
What do you mean? Like, if I could only pick one product to buy?
Yeah.
Hold
up.
One
spec
to rule them all.
And you can pick the same one that I picked. That would just be the arcane one is the one I would go after.
I think so. If we're talking about going deep or just buying one
to make money. Like, if you're like, okay, I just got my paycheck, I want to try to get as much money off of this as possible. This is the one I'm going deep on. Which one would you pick?
This is counter to my personality,
right?
But I think I'm going to say the commander deck. Heads I win, tails you lose.
That's a good one to pick. That is actually a really, like I told you, if you have all the cards that are in the commander deck, you can sell all those, and this has probably a breaking point of 2. Like,
there's just so many cards to gain value from that it feels like you can piece that out a lot easier, especially if you're trading, because you're going to be able to get rid of some of that bulk.
Yep.
When you're working with it.
I think that's a good pick too. I think it's really good.
Propaganda is, I think it's solid right there.
Yep. All right. Where are we? We are this.
Round 1.
Excuse me. I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
Staple versus. Okay. What we are going to do here is we are laying out a scenario of 2 cards that are similar, and we are going to fight for one side. Each of us are going to fight for a side. You guys are the ones that are determining which card is the winner by either voting on YouTube, on Twitter, or on the Discord, or all 3, or 2, or whatever you want. You can vote multiple times on those, whatever you want to do there. Our past winners. Now, we haven't done this for a couple weeks, so we have 2 to go over because, wait, is it 2 of them we didn't do? Or is it just 1? Did we do that the other week? No, we only have 1. Okay, so we didn't go over the winners from 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was Beast Within, which is what I had, versus Chaos Warp, which is what you had.
Yeah, Chaos Warp obviously won.
Being honest, which one do you think actually won?
I think Chaos Warp would be wanted to be put in more decks.
All right.
I do think Beast Within is a better card, though.
Okay. So YouTube voted 60% Beast Within to 40%.
Okay.
Twitter voted 57% Beast Within.
Ooh, okay.
43% Chaos. Discord voted 60%
Chaos Warp.
Chaos Warp. The Discord loves you better than they love me, the fuckers. You fuckers. No, just kidding.
No, the Discord's just a bunch of fun people. They're not a bunch of hard asses.
And there was one poop vote. I forgot about that in the
Discord. There's a poop vote? A poop emoji, huh?
Yeah. Who do you think voted that?
Oh, I would say that was Alex.
Do we even have an Alex on there?
Yeah, that's
your buddy.
Book hockey.
Yeah. I book hockey.
No, don't say it that fast.
When you total those together out of all the votes and not just the percentages, Beast Within won 55% to 45%. So it was actually rather close.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
So this week, what are we dealing with this week, Lowery?
We're gonna go Arachnogenesis versus Inkshield. Now, Inkshield is a new card that came out back in the spring,
and we loved
Arachnogenesis.
Didn't this make our top 10? Wasn't this like number 1? Wasn't it close to it?
It was top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Arachnogenesis is just better though. So it's
all right. Make your argument. Wait, okay. Let me lay this out though. What we are talking about here is it is a 3-color deck because we are working with green, white, and black.
Yes.
You only have 1 spot left, and you can fill it. The price does not matter because the price mattered. Arachnogenesis is fucking expensive, and Inkshield's so new that it's cheap.
Yeah.
So price does not matter in this. I mean, you can factor it in if you want, but that's not what we're trying to do here. You have 1 spot left. Which one?
Assume you have them both.
Right. Which one are you sticking in, and why? So Lowery is going to make his argument for Arachnogenesis. Why is Arachnogenesis better than Inkshield?
Okay, so it's 2 colorless green instant. Put X 1/2 green spider creature tokens with reach into the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. So that is Arachnogenesis, and it's super cool because what you're doing is there's not going to be a whole ton of spiders that are attacking you. So it is a legit fog. And your spiders get to deal damage when they're blocking. And so you can kill whatever amount of configuration that you want to deal with. It's also giving you probably a ton of bodies, depending on how many that are actually attacking you. And those spiders will have reach, which helps you in the long term. It's cheaper mana. It's easier on the mana when it comes to it's just green. It's only 3 mana. And I think for me, like if I'm doing surprises, 3 mana and less are where I want to be in that range, unless I'm fucking psych rifting. And in my opinion, Inkshield is not Cyclonic Rift. So why are you thinking that you would want to do Inkshield?
Yes, Inkshield is a little bit more mana intensive, but mana intensive cards are for game winners. This is a potential game winner. I do like your angle of Arachnogenesis saying the spiders you make as many as there are attacking creatures, and then you can pile up and go, I'm killing off 1 or 2 of your creatures. Difference with Inkshield is you're preventing for each 1 damage you're preventing, you're getting double back. So it's a game winner in that somebody's swinging, I don't know, 15,
it's for
20.
Every point of damage that are coming. That's
for
coming
each
your way?
1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 white and black Inkling token with flying. So not only is
do they come into play tapped?
They don't come into play tapped either.
So they could potentially block later on.
They could block right then if they wanted. Oh yeah, later on. Yeah, no, they don't come into play tapped. It prevents for each 1 damage, you're getting a 2/1. So if they're attacking with 15, 20 points of damage, you're now doing 30 to 40 points of damage back that are all evasive creatures. They don't have the butt of the 1/2, but this is, and we talked about it at the time when we did the spoilers and why we put this, not spoilers, when we put this on our top 10. Yeah. This is a game winner. This is a 2-color game winner card, but it's a game winner card. But like you said, the downfall is it is 2 mana more. It isn't as, you can still sneak it, but the thing is if you're planning this out, you're planning to win the game. You're not trying to necessarily survive. Yes, surviving is part of the equation. But this is more of like, I'm I'm planning this out. I'm going to all out attack with my creatures and purposely leave myself open so that blah, blah, blah comes at me with everything to kill me. And now, boom, I have all this and I win the game. So the scenarios are a little different, I guess, of why I like each of them. Because I really like Arachnogenesis. You turned me into that one too. I think that one is more of a defensive maneuver. So I guess it depends on how your play style is. If you're looking for trickery and because you're defending and killing off things so that you're continuing the long haul. Whereas I think Inkshield's more of, I'm trying to get the game over here. I'm trying to set up somebody to win.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I mean, like, I think it's also situational in both regards, but especially with Inkshield, like Inkshield's not going to be good if you're at like 5 or less life and somebody's just sending like one creature at you to kill you. Like, it's just not going to be that impressive. To whereas like Arachnogenesis doesn't have to be super impressive because it's only 3 mana and then it's just going to create 1 or 2 blockers that save you until the next turn. Because the other thing too is like Arachnogenesis, when you play it, you can block and try and kill something. You don't have to because it's also just a fog. And then you have blockers for the next turn. And here you can't like kill anything because you're preventing that damage that's going to be dealt to you.
Yeah, because you're turning around to try to kill. You're trying to win the game.
Yep. And but like with Arachnogenesis, because it would be preventing your creatures that are blocking non-combat, like not spiders either. So it prevents that damage. Wait, no. But here you're beyond the blocking stage.
Yes. Well, because it's only preventing damage that would be dealt to you. So if they're attacking other people, their damage still goes through.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is true.
Arachno isn't it making it so they don't deal damage anymore?
All non-spiders just don't deal damage anymore.
Yeah. So if they're splitting up their attacks, fuck, you kill that person, but I'm making all these to come at you and kill you. Like there seems like a lot of scenarios where this can win you the game. And that's why it was on our list so high, is because I feel like every time you're going to play this card, you're setting it up. You're setting a trap in a way. You're like, well, like I just did that scenario. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm just gonna, that guy's messing. Lowery's been looking at me weird. I'm all out attacking at Lowery. And then, number 2 is over here like, well, now Adam's all open. So I'm going to kill Adam on this turn, and I'm going to hit Lowery and kill him too on this turn. And boom, you turn around and you actually get the win. So you can set things up, and it can save your ass too. 5 is not that much, but I will give you, it is a lot to leave up, especially mid-game. Mid-game, late game, 5 to leave up, that's not that big of a deal. Mid-early game, it's a little tough to be like, I'm just going to sit here and hope that everybody attacks me. But that's not what this card is. This card's more, I think this is more of a card that you want to play mid to late game, whereas I feel Arachnogenesis is more of it's a really good mid game. I don't know if you want to play it early. I don't think either of these
I think it
cards
depends on where
early.
you're at. I've had I think Tyson's Giselle deck killed me turn 5. And if I hadn't, I almost wouldn't be able to play Arcane or Inkshield against that, even though I was going to die. But Arachnogenesis, going okay, I'm getting targeted. I probably have Arachnogenesis mana up now. And so maybe that depends on how aggressive your meta is as well. And so if you're in that 5 to 7 turn range where games are ending, I think Arachnogenesis is just you can still do stuff, but still have stuff left open to be able to do it. Mm-hmm. Whereas Inkshield is maybe in that 7 to 12 turn.
It's your game winner. It's to, and that I think that's the difference here too. And this is gonna be a harder one. I think this is gonna be probably our hardest one to people to vote. I'm not gonna say it's the closest one by any means. It's just, they're kind of different scenarios in a way, because I feel like Inkshield's more of the offensive setup of what you're trying to do. You're trying to actually win.
Yeah.
Arachno, when you're putting that in your deck, it's more of like, okay, this is my fog, but then also I can kill things off with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inkshield, you're not trying to kill things off with it. You're trying to kill players off with it.
But you're kind of still trying to not take that damage, and it's still making the tokens. And I think, both are probably, it's going to be like token-esque decks. It can be, but there are plenty of token doublers in both white and green. And so I think that's kind of where you have those similarities, and you can figure out which way you want to be going. And I think you had a really good point that, like, do you want to be more like aggressive and like end a game with a card like Inkshield, or do you want to make sure that you can survive early, mid, late game, and then maybe have a little pushback later on after with creating those tokens? Because I agree, Arachnogenesis isn't going to win you the game.
Basically, do you want to win games, or do you just want to pillow fight?
Wow. Wow.
I had it queued up in my head of what I was going to say, and then you said something nice about Inkshield, and I'm like, I still got to say it. I think they're good cards together.
Hello, boobies.
Just press some buttons.
Pillow fight.
All right, we'll just do this one for AJ.
I don't want relationship. I just want bang, bang,
Bang, bang, bang.
I don't want to know your name. I just want bang, bang, bang.
And so what would you put in your deck, however you want to choose and vote? It doesn't matter if for whatever situation at this point. We've tried to go over the ones where we would say where we would like to have it or not. And so any other
honestly,
input
on this
doesn't
one,
matter.
I think Lowery and I are both on our sides. It isn't like one's fighting that doesn't want to fight for that.
Yeah.
Where we both have
Yeah.
this is the card I would put in, and Lowery just likes to have pillow fight, so he would put in Arachnogenesis. No, I'm just kidding.
Just
but yeah,
fun.
If you're in this deck, you're in a 3-color deck. Last spots, one
3,
is a little
4,
bit
or
more mana intensive. The other one is less, so it's easier to cast. One potentially can win you the game. The other one can kill off creatures because it can actually deal the damage as the creatures are attacking, because yours still deal the damage, but they don't take damage, so they don't die. So it's just, what is your play style? I think that's what it's coming down to, is the play style of the player. And this fits me. Inkshield fits how my play style is. Arachnogenesis fits your play style. You don't like to necessarily win off of one card or whatever. You like to control things a lot more. And that, I feel how you have a little bit more control of when you can cast it, because you don't have to leave your 5 mana open to cast it.
It feels like Arachnogenesis is more playable in more situations, but Inkshield does it can win you the game. And so here's the thing. Would you rather Inkshield my spiders, or would I rather spider Arachnogenesis your Inkshield? So if you just Inkshielded a ton,
well, mine are double the power of yours.
but then I just get I get to still block yours and kill every single one of yours, and none of yours live.
Yours are smaller. They give me most of the time. People, that was the other point I never made that I'm going to make.
Oh.
Most people are not just attacking with 1/1s at you. And even if they are, you're still getting 2 for that.
If
it's
you
every point of damage.
If you attacked with me with 10 2/1 flying Inkshield, Inks, and I Arachnogenesis, you deal me no damage, and every single one of your tokens is dead.
And then you do 10 damage to me.
And then I get to do 10 damage to you. That's
now,
big time.
Flip it around. Attack with 20 power towards me, and I will.
No, just we're talking the spiders. So I only have like 5 or 6 spiders coming at
No.
you.
No.
And you're like,
no. If you attack with 10 spiders at me, let's do the same scenario.
who's
I guess.
attacking me with 10 creatures?
You're attacking me with
You got to get up there.
10 creatures. I'm attacking you with 10 creatures, right?
That's more reasonable, because we're talking 10 damage versus
now
10
I will
creatures.
double the power and deal 20 damage back at you the next turn on my turn.
Unlikely.
You're doing 10. You're doing half the damage. So
Unlikely.
I get 2 turns to respond. You get 1 turn to respond to my double damage.
I would say Arachnogenesis generally generates around 4 to 6 tokens. to whereas yours could generate in that 5 to 10 range for sure, easily. Because
5 to
damage
10
is
tokens?
yeah,
And then you're doubling that.
for the damage.
Yes.
But mine only creates the tokens for the amount of creatures that are attacking me.
right. So you get less.
And yeah,
you get less.
but mine can just kill yours.
Yeah, because in this situation it's 2 1s, but mine can win games. Yours won't do anything. You kill.
That's not true.
You make 5 of them.
How about this? We put this in a Doran deck, which is green, white, black.
Oh, now we're
And
switching.
Arachnogenesis is just 100 times better.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a specific deck where it's green, white, and black, and mine
Yeah,
is just
you put
100
this in
times
and
better.
then you crater hoof with this on there, and then all mine are that much bigger. You got 10 of them that are even that much bigger with trample.
You don't
like
even
in
have
flying.
to do. See, yeah, you're just picking expensive cards. I'm going to pick tower defense and give all of my creatures +0/+5 and just overrun that way for 2 mana. Come on. Come on.
So what you're telling me is you need other cards to help make yours better. And
You
mine
just
just
talked
needs,
about Crater Hoof.
Mine
I was
just
just
is-
adding in something
mine's
much
just a
cheaper and
game winner
instant
by
speed.
itself is what it is. Is what it is. All right. So, like Lowery said earlier, go vote. Go vote on Twitter. Go vote on YouTube. Go vote on the Discord if you're a part of the Discord. We'll have the winners for you guys next week. All right. Well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya. What the fuck was that? Was that bye?
Maybe. Just trying stuff. That's fine.
Boobs, I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bunkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.